Welcome to Video 3 in the Money Education Financial Statement Preparation and Analysis Software Instructional Video Series. This video will cover how to build your base case when entering information on the Assets and Savings tab. Remember, when you log into the software, you can select an existing case or you can create a new case. We want to continue working with the example clients that we looked at in the previous videos, so we will load that case. And you will see that the information I entered previously on the Client Name and Income tab, as well as the Investment Planning tab, has been saved. Now I'm ready to enter the relevant data that I collected from the clients on the Assets and Savings tab. When we're entering assets and savings information, one of the first things you should notice is that some of the fields are marked with yellow triangles. That's reminding you that that area is important to be filled in so that the program has sufficient data to run the various reports used in the analysis stage of planning. When you're entering your asset information, we also want to remind you to use the portfolio rate of return for all of the assets. So, for example, if I want to add an asset in the cash and cash equivalent category, and let's say our clients have a money market account, you will see that the portfolio rate of return has pre-filled at 9.77%. Some asset categories will actually have higher returns and some will actually have lower returns, but after we recommend the appropriate asset allocation, the average overall return should be the portfolio return. So we want to have that portfolio return for all of the assets. And remember, you can overwrite the portfolio return on the Investment Planning tab if you need to, because the clients want to be more conservative. I'm going to go ahead and enter a few assets for the clients. We'll start with this money market account. We'll go ahead and make it joint ownership, and let's give them $100,000 in their money market account. I'm not going to have them save any additional in the money market account on a regular basis, so I can go ahead and click Save. Let's also give them a few additional assets. Let's give them a checking account, which would be in the cash and cash equivalent category. Let's also make it a joint account. We can change the description, but checking account is fine for our purposes here. And let's give them $15,000 in that checking account. And again, I'm using the portfolio rate of return, and I click Save. I want to also give them a brokerage account. So we'll put that as an investment asset, not earmarked for retirement or education. And I'm just going to make it a joint account as well. I'm going to give them an account value in their brokerage account of $200,000. And this time I think I want to go ahead and have them do some saving in here too. So let's say the case facts told us that they are saving $2,000 a year in that brokerage account, and it's coming from the client's salary. There's no employer contribution associated with that, so we'll just click on Save. And you can see all of these accounts being listed on the right-hand side. I suppose they're going to need somewhere to live, so let's also give them some personal use assets, such as a house. And we'll give them a home value of, let's say, $300,000. And they're not going to save any additional there. And then let's also give them another personal use asset. Let's give them a couple of automobiles. We'll make those jointly owned as well. And let's just say the autos total $25,000. Now, you may have a much more extensive asset list than this, but that gives you an idea of how to fill the information in. As you look at the various asset categories, again, notice you have cash and cash equivalents, you have various types of investment accounts, and you have personal use assets. What you should understand is that anything marked as a personal use asset will not be considered available for planning purposes. It's not something that we would ordinarily recommend that the client sell or use in order to meet the goals of the plan. For now, on this tab, your first objective is to get all of the assets into the software so that they are identical to the initial balance sheet for the case as provided in the textbook. Your second objective is to get the savings amount for the client and the employer match into the software exactly as stated in the case as well. This concludes our look at the Assets and Savings tab. In the next video in the series, we'll look at how to enter information on the Insurance tab.